Hi, I'm Bob Swirsel. I'm going to show you the Rainier Valley North-South neighborhood Greenway in Seattle, Washington, and how it connects Southeast Seattle with the surrounding region. Let's check it out. We're going to ride the Rainier Valley North-South neighborhood Greenway from its northern end at the I-90 Mountains to Sound Trail through many neighborhoods to its southern end in Rainier Beach. I'll also show bike connections you can use to get to other parts of Southeast Seattle and beyond. Let's look at the numerous connections from the north end of the Greenway. If you head east on the I-90 trail, you can go towards the Lashai neighborhood, Coleman Park and Lake Washington Boulevard, and a bridge across Lake Washington to Mercer Island and Bellevue. If you head west on the I-90 trail, you can go towards the Central Seattle North-South neighborhood Greenway into the Central District, future Judkins Park Light Rail Station, Dearborn Street towards the International District and downtown Seattle, the Beacon Hill neighborhood Greenway to Beacon Hill, Jose Rizal Bridge to the International District, downtown Seattle, First Hill and Capitol Hill, and Sodo. Set to be constructed by 2024 as part of the MLK Junior Way Safety Project, you will be able to use protected bike lanes to get to the Mount Baker neighborhood and directly access the Mount Baker Light Rail Station. Let's ride the Greenway, starting in the Mount Baker neighborhood. Construction of this northernmost segment had been delayed by about 5 years from the rest of the Greenway until WashDOT and SDOT reached an agreement. With this section complete, the neighborhood Greenway now runs continuously through the Rainier Valley. At McClellan Street, if you turn left, you can head towards Mount Baker Beach and Lake Washington Boulevard. At Mount Baker Boulevard, if you turn right, you can access Franklin High School, Mount Baker Light Rail Station, and Chiste Boulevard up Beacon Hill. Neighborhood greenways are routes that prioritize safer, calmer streets through neighborhoods for people to walk, bike, and roll. While this greenway serves a role in connecting communities, there is still a need for direct and accessible routes in the Rainier Valley for people to get safely to and from their destinations without having to rely on driving. Random thought. I like to call this house the Neapolitan house because it makes me think of the ice cream. At Genesee Street, if you turn left, you can head east towards Genesee Park, the Lakewood neighborhood, and Lake Washington Boulevard. We now enter the Columbia City neighborhood. At Alaska Street, if you turn right, you can head west towards the Columbia City Light Rail Station and on to Columbian Way up Beacon Hill. You can also avoid the steep hill climb up 38th Avenue by using Alaska Street and either cutting through Columbia Park or using the bus lane on Rainier Avenue. This climb up 38th Avenue from Alaska Street is over 8% grade and is the steepest on the neighborhood Greenway. This area of Columbia City features many restaurants and shops that are easily accessible from the Greenway. The climb up Brenton Avenue from Columbia City is the second steepest of the neighborhood Greenway and takes us into the Hillman City neighborhood. At Willow Street, the north-south neighborhood Greenway intersects with the Rainier Valley east-west neighborhood Greenway. If you turn right, you can ride the east-west Greenway west towards the New Holly neighborhood. At Willow Street and 45th Avenue, if you continue straight, you can ride the east-west neighborhood Greenway east towards the Seward Park neighborhood. If you ask the average person who regularly rides this neighborhood Greenway, they will tell you that even they make wrong turns on occasion, as I accidentally demonstrated while filming. The reasons for this include the route having so many turns, wayfinding signage being obscured by foliage or parked cars, and confusing sharrows around traffic circles that don't guide people to continue along the route. My suggestion is to adopt wayfinding as shown in these examples, with upgraded sharrows or puppy tracks. At Othello Street, if you turn right, you can head west towards the Othello Light Rail Station and Chief South Trail. If you turn left, you can head east towards Rainier Avenue and the Lake Washington Loop. Kenyon Street is also a neighborhood Greenway. If you turn right, you can head west on the Kenyon Greenway towards Chief South Trail and South Beacon Hill. From here, if you continue straight, you can head east on the Kenyon Greenway to Rainier Avenue and the Lake Washington Loop. We are now entering the Dunlap neighborhood. At Henderson Street, if you turn right, you can head west to get to the Chief South Trail, Rainier Beach Light Rail Station, and South Beacon Hill. If you turn left, you can head east on Henderson Street towards the Lake Washington Loop and Renton. The Rainier Valley North-South Neighborhood Greenway will make you smarter, as it ends at the Rainier Beach Library. If you continue south from the library on 51st Avenue, you can get to the Rainier Beach neighborhood, Kubota Garden, the Rainier View neighborhood, and Skyway. Thank you for joining me in this guide to the Rainier Valley North-South Neighborhood Greenway. If you want to see more of my content, please like the video and subscribe to my channel. See you next time.